There we go, some sleep token to kick off this hour for my lady. What up? It's Viktor Wilt. You know, I'm pretty lucky. I've got an amazing woman. Not everybody's so lucky. Sometimes you get stuck with somebody who just sucks or is an idiot. If so, always remember you can dump them. Yeah, move on. Find yourself somebody new and better, because you're only on this planet one time. Looking at a thread here. When did you realize you were dating an idiot? It's got to be frustrating, right? Well, let's find out when these folks online realized they were dating an idiot. I would imagine some of these should be fairly funny. Let's see here. This person said, he told me he only buys the Campbell's sipping soups that are packaged in plastic because the metal cans of soup always break his microwaves. No, not that he broke the microwave with a can of soup one time. They always break his microwaves. Plural. Y'all know to not put metal in the microwave, right? If your significant other does, dump them, because they're dumb. Let's see here. X wouldn't believe me when I told him which route was the fastest to my own house. He wasn't a bad man, but in addition to being in tons of debt because he's an idiot. Okay, that one they seem to have just kind of drifted off in their sentence here. Let's see here. This guy said, or this woman says, X said maybe we should have a kid to motivate him more, that a baby would drive him, and he wanted to become a rapper. Come on, let's have a baby. It's going to motivate me for my hip-hop career. Dump him. I mean, don't feel bad if you end up dating an idiot. There's a lot of stupid people out there. It can happen, Sometimes you just don't find out till, a little ways down the road. But you can always, kick them to the curb. Let's see here. This person says, we were going to a hotel. We had some leftovers from our nice dinner in the car, but there was no fridge in the hotel room. He put it under the car in the hotel parking lot to help keep it cold. Raccoons ate the leftovers. I can be kind of dumb. I left our leftovers from our nice dinner in my truck last night, and I don't think it was cold enough outside for them to still be good, so I had to toss them this morning. Sorry to my lady if she's missing or listening. I didn't mean to be stupid. But I did remember to get the garbage out to the road. Yeah, so that's something. Oh, that food was good, too. Let's see here. This person says, once I remarked that I used the dictionary function on my phone every day, and he said, I pretty much know all the words. All right, dude. Sure. Let's see. She asked if they spoke English where I was planning on visiting, and I was going to England. All right. I don't know. Maybe everyone doesn't know that they speak English in the UK. All right, sorry. Oh, geez. Okay. I'm trying to scan these before I start, reading them on air. Excuse my bad multitasking. Slept without CPAP. I feel like crap. A little bit off today. This person says when he couldn't find toilet paper, and instead of going across the street to the gas station, instead of using paper towels and throwing them away, or jumping in the shower, or calling one of his friends only lived 2 buildings down, he used Clorox wipes and then called me at work to yell about how bad it hurt. Yeah, do not use Clorox wipes as toilet paper. Should be common sense. Oh. Oh, geez. When she saw some dinosaur-related status I had on WhatsApp, and she literally said, "Do you believe in dinosaurs?" Okay, yeah, there are a lot of people out there who don't believe in dinosaurs, even in 2026. I'm not going to get into it. That would be a red flag for me. Oh, all right. I'm going to see what else I can find to talk about. We're going to get through this day somehow. I'm going to drink more caffeine. Wish me luck on my survival today. I need a nap, bros. Oh, I was just reading this East Idaho news article that just annoyed me. Some people need to find new hobbies, new things to do with their time. Ugh. I can't stand these book banning, maniacs. There was a recently fired substitute teacher in Twin Falls who I guess now her entire goal is, hassle the school district and, keep the librarians busy reading books because of, inappropriate content. She's challenged more than 95 books in the district's collection. I mean, we've already got enough banned books in this state. We got problems in this state, people. This is what people are working on? Enough already. Jeez. Leave it up to the parents to decide, what's appropriate and what isn't for their children to read. Are we really that worried about books? You should be grateful if your kids are reading. Jeez. I used to read some, pretty wild stuff when I was young. I think I turned out fine. Reading Stephen King in high school, I think that's perfectly fine. I don't think you can even get Stephen King books in school as it is. I was looking at the list of books she was challenging. A lot of them I'd never heard of. But stuff like Game of Thrones and things like that, which, yeah, sure. There's some crazy stuff in Game of Thrones, but how, mature do people think high schoolers are? It's like the people who are, just verbally abusing high school kids who recently decided to go protest. Like, they're high school kids. They don't know anything. Everybody has forgotten what it's like to be in high school, okay? Yeah, you've got a lot of learning to do, but, you're not just some, 2-year-old child. By high school age, you've learned a few things. Anyway, I wonder what this lady got fired for. It doesn't say. They made sure to note that she was a recently fired substitute teacher. And yeah, I guess, with her spare time, now it's just let's go on a book banning spree. I really want to set up one of those, little free libraries, that people put out in their yard and only put banned books in it. Just only banned books so people can just stop by and pick them up. I hope that ultimately this just leads to kids going, you don't want me reading this stuff? I'm going to read it. Because generally, when adults are like, no, you shouldn't be playing that game. You shouldn't watch that movie. Maybe it'll lead to more reading. Because kids like to rebel. Isn't that bizarre that we live in a time where reading a book could be an act of rebelliousness? Oh, this lady just annoys me. I don't know. Sorry, I'm a big fan of books. And I just think that the situation, like where you got to show your ID at the public library now to look at the Stephen King books, it's just so stupid. All right? Just be a parent. Pay attention to what your kids are up to. If you think they're reading something inappropriate, leave it up to the parents to deal with this, okay? We don't need to be restricting materials because somebody's uptight. Ugh, so annoying. I gotta close this tab. This lady makes me mad. What's up, my people? I hope you're doing well today on this fine Wednesday. Pretty nice outside. It was basically warm when I headed to work. Not too bad. Looking forward to some even nicer days ahead. It's gonna get pretty toasty. All right. I was looking at a thread here about unsettling things that children say. Kids can say some weird stuff sometimes. And, some of these are pretty funny. What's the most unsettling thing a child has ever said to you? I got this guy who says, about 10 years ago, one of my nieces said, "Uncle, I have a secret to tell you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna super duper kill you the next time I see you." Yeah, that would be a little bit unnerving. Another user said, "I wonder what you would look like without arms." And then she went back to playing with her Legos. All right, this user said, age 5, walking with me through a Lowe's hardware store. Wow, there's a lot of murder weapons in here. That would be pretty funny to hear a 5-year-old say. This one's kind of creepy. The house told me that this toy isn't mine. From a 4-year-old that had tears in his eyes and was serious. Oh, geez. All right, let's see here. This person said, sitting in the living room at night watching The Sandlot with my 4-year-old, and he points toward the closet and says, "Mommy, that stuffed animal keeps looking at me." I was scared to look over, but when I did, it was staring at us. It wasn't stuffed. There was a flying squirrel in our living room. We caught it and took pictures before we let it go. Adrenaline all night long. Strange critters in the house. Yeah, not a big fan of that. Oh, what else do we have here? Oh. Yeah, I'm not going to read that one. My 3-year-old son asked me if the old lady in the corner lived with us. This was in my house and no one was there. Hey, kid just saw a ghost. No big deal. No big deal. All right, let's see here. Putting my 4-year-old daughter to bed one night, she looks me in the eyes. Only with nightlight I can see her face, and she whispers, "There's something in the garage." And then they didn't elaborate. They didn't finish it and tell, did they go look in the garage? Come on. We need to know these things. Can you tell it's a tough news day? It's just a tough day in general. Note, you're supposed to use a CPAP, sleep with it. Go to bed early. You don't want to be a disaster like me. All right, I'm going to try to dig up some freak news. Wish me luck. So, most people have a, preferred temperature when it comes to their home or their vehicle, and sometimes you might get in a disagreement about that. Somebody wants it cooler, somebody wants it hotter. Well, the way that you don't deal with the situation is getting out the crossbow and trying to shoot somebody in the face with it because you want the house a little bit warmer. That's what one guy did when it came to a disagreement with his older sister about the temperature. He wanted it warmer in the house. Sister wanted it cooler, so he busted out the crossbow. She had just got home. She was attempting to close the garage door, and all of a sudden she, just feels some pain on the side of her face. Arrow grazed her and then just, stuck deep in the wall. This guy just narrowly missed, killing his sister with a crossbow over the temperature of the house. Victim's ear was torn, and arrow lodged in the wall when the police showed up. He's facing a lot of charges. He said it was a prank gone wrong. Hey, just a prank, Hey, I was just trying to scare her with the crossbow. Who even has a crossbow? Well, anyway, he's in jail. Got another family dispute here, or, just crazy family member that scared the crap out of his cousin. Guy got all hammered and then just busts out a knife and tells his cousin, "We're driving to Florida. Go." They're in Michigan. I don't know how far Michigan is from Florida. I think it's a fairly significant distance, right? Michigan, kind of northern Midwest-ish, if I recall my geography correct. So anyway, the guy starts driving toward Florida at knife point. And then eventually, his cousin who's holding the knife falls asleep, so called the cops. It's just a prank. No, he didn't say it was a prank. I don't know. No quote from the knife-wielding cousin in this story. Jeez. Family disputes, man. All right, what else do we have here? Okay. You may often hear people say, a dog's mouth is cleaner than a human's. No, it's not. All right, you don't know what dogs have been eating. Okay? They eat lots of gross stuff. And this one might make you think about letting your dog lick you if you've got any kind of wounds here. Where is this story from? The UK. This woman got sepsis, and she lost all of her limbs. They had to amputate her arms and legs. She somehow lived, and they believe that the reason she got sepsis is because her dog licked a small open wound or scratch on her body. And then she got, just an infection rapidly went through her body, almost killed her. She got pneumonia, gallstones, again, amputation of all her limbs, and all from a dog licking, a little scratch. Just think about these things, okay? Whoa, that's horrifying. That's got to be pretty rare, right? It's got to be pretty rare, but geez. Yeah, just next time somebody tries to tell you, no, dog's mouth's cleaner than, just send them a link to this story. Oh, it's horrifying. All right, 8 o'clock. This day needs to pick up the pace. All right? We got to crush it down. We got to get her done. Hopefully, goes by quickly. We're about halfway through the week. Jeez, I can't wait for the weekend. This schedule's rough on some days. All right, I guess Bigfoot is back. Sightings skyrocketing. And paranormal hunters warn something big is coming. All right. So apparently, so far in 2026, there have been many more Bigfoot sightings than in the entire year of 2025, according to this article I'm reading. A flurry of gruesome glimpses of horror creatures reported. That's what the article says. All right, cool. How about some pictures? That's what I want to see. Well, why is it that everybody has a high-definition camera in their pocket, yet UFO and Bigfoot sightings, we ain't seen a decent quality picture ever? The government has them. That's why. You think they're really going to release some alien info? Some UFO info? Probably all redacted. Yeah. Anyway, I guess as the weather gets nicer, if you're planning on heading out, doing some hiking, this and that. I don't know how well bear spray protects against Bigfoot, but you might want to pack that just in case, because Bigfoot, I guess, running rampant. Just wanted to make you aware. It is pretty nice outside, and we got some really nice days ahead. Watch out for Bigfoot. I don't know if Bigfoot's, mean, kills people, what, but you never know. It's a giant mythological beast. So you just be careful out there, all right? Metallica, Hardwired, and speaking of Metallica, just read that the band is officially announcing that they are going to be doing some dates at the Las Vegas Sphere. Bringing a little bit of metal to the Sphere, finally. Should be pretty cool. It's going down in October. They're doing the 4 weekends, and each weekend will feature 2 different set lists. You can go check them out October 1st and 3rd, 15th and 17th, 22nd and 24th, or 29th and 31st. Yeah, see Metallica on Halloween at the Sphere. That'd be pretty cool. Let's see. Tickets go on sale. Let's see. March 6th. So you got plenty of time to build up however much money that's going to be. I'm guessing, a little bit steep. Metallica tickets aren't normally what I would call cheap. and where this is a once-in-a-lifetime deal, once-in-a-lifetime residency, yeah, they're probably going to be a little bit hefty as far as price goes. But I bet it would be a lot of fun. Never been to a show at the Sphere. I'm sure it's pretty cool, but they just haven't really had any acts that I just had to see. What, am I going to go down and see U2? Fish? No Doubt? Now, you'd have to be talking maybe Metallica or, of course, Tool. I think Nine Inch Nails needs to do some Sphere dates as well. But yeah, tickets again on sale March 6th. Metallica at the Sphere. It's an easy drive, about 8 hours down to Vegas. And go check out an awesome mind-melting thrash show. I'm sure it'll be awesome. Metallica always puts on a great show. So there you go, Metallica fans. Some good news if you got a lot of money burning a hole in your pocket. It's always so weird when they announce the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees every year. They just announced the nominees for 2026, and I just don't understand why they don't just rename it. Call it the Music Hall of Fame. Rock and roll, to me, is a specific thing. And I'm sorry, but I don't see how Shakira or Pink fit in. You know? Let's take a look at the 2026 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees. We'll read all of them here. All right, the Black Crowes, rock band. Jeff Buckley, rock artist. Mariah Carey. You ready for All I Want for Christmas Is You again? Does that song rock pretty hard? Okay, let's keep going here. Phil Collins, yeah, rock artist. Melissa Etheridge. I guess she's not like country. I guess she's sort of a, folksy rock artist, huh? Lauryn Hill. I don't know. Not what I'd call rock. Billy Idol, okay? Billy Idol, rock artist. INXS, all right. Iron Maiden. Getting the... I wonder if they'll actually make it in, though. These are just the nominees. It doesn't mean that they're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Got Joy Division and New Order, New Edition, Oasis, Pink, Shakira, Luther Vandross, and the Wu-Tang Clan. Again, why don't they just call it the Music Hall of Fame? What's the deal here? I think they don't change the name because this is the only way they get people to talk about this. And I talk about it every year. Why? Because I'm an idiot. So anyway, that happened. Now you're aware. And you can take part in the fan vote on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's website if you want to, participate. All right. Let's see what else I can find. I'll be back. Well, I haven't gotten too excited about a video game release for a while, and I knew this was coming eventually, but I didn't realize how quickly. This Friday, the new Resident Evil game is out. Resident Evil Requiem. Essentially, Resident Evil 9. Now, this is exciting, and it makes me want to go buy it, because I loved the last two Resident Evil games. I think they're just excellent, excellent games. The only thing disappointing is this one, no VR support. Resident Evil 7 in VR, I've said this many times, probably the scariest entertainment experience I've ever had. It's crazy. Resident Evil 8 in VR was excellent. I mean, it was awesome. Not quite as frightening as Resident Evil 7, and I'm trying to avoid spoilers here. I did read a little bit of a review about the new Resident Evil game. Getting rave reviews, by the way. But this one's supposed to be a little bit scarier, it sounds like, than the last one. So, sounds pretty exciting. Wonder what they're going to sell it for. It's probably going to be a $70 game, huh? I would imagine. Do I want to do it? Last time I bought a video game, God of War, Ragnarok, we have started it twice and then just dropped off. We're going to have to start it over yet again. So, you got to be kidding me. Okay, that's the deluxe edition. Looking at this here, and they were charging $90. $70 for the normal edition of Resident Evil Requiem. We'll see. Maybe. I don't know. The Resident Evil campaigns. They're not as long as like Red Dead. $70 is kind of steep. But I might have to do it. We'll see. I'll let you know on Friday. I'll decide. This morning I'm too tired to commit to anything. No motivation, not even to do anything fun. Well, my wonderful lady, I guess, knew that I needed some company and stopped by to say hello. How's Becca today? That's where I'm at too. Ugh. I did not want to come to work today. That alarm clock, it really sucked when it went off today.
Yeah, it went off a few times, and I was like, wake up.
I'm sorry. Sorry that I hit snooze so many times. I just could not get out of bed today. I just wanted to sleep and sleep and sleep.
Hey, but you got her done.
I did. I made it here successfully. Now I just got to get through this whole stupid day. Only like 6 hours to go.
Hey, there you go. I don't have to work until tomorrow. I've had a few days off, so...
Well, lucky you. Lucky you. And they were pretty good days off, ultimately.
Yeah.
You know, we went out and had a little bit of a date night and celebratory dinner last night. Sorry that I ruined the leftovers.
Yeah, I seen them in the garbage can this morning.
Nothing like buying a really expensive steak and then throwing it away because I think it was just too warm out this morning. You know, if it had been a really cold night, would have been fine in the truck, but it was pretty warm in the truck. And after that last bout of food poisoning, I was like, I don't know if I want to risk the leftovers.
Yeah, because I had food poisoning too, so that last time too. So yeah.
No, puking relentlessly is not fun.
No thanks.
It sucks. It's no way to start
terrible
any day, and it's only Wednesday, so yeah.
And then you don't have PTO.
Yeah, I know. I got no time off available. I have to save my PTO for something, and so I cannot miss any days for a while. I got to build it up, or things ain't going to work out if I don't have the PTO.
Yep.
For something sacred.
Yeah, you got to tell me. Why won't you tell me what it is?
I'll tell you, actually, 1 month from today, when it's your birthday. I'll tell you. Because today is the 25th of February. So 1 month from today.
Gee, dang it.
Actually, I might have to tell you on the 24th. I might have to give you your present on the 24th. And I'll explain why on the 24th.
Okay. All right.
But it's something pretty good. Something pretty good.
Is it a skull?
It's a real human skull.
Is it? That would be creepy. I don't know what I would do about that.
I don't know if I'd want a real human skull either.
If it was like a human skull, no. But like if it's like a critter, yeah.
Well, some listener years ago dropped off some skulls here, and one of them I think was a cow skull, and we had it sitting in the studio, and you know, a few weeks later, I think we got it during winter, and then like after a few weeks of it sitting in here, we started having hornets in the studio, and I'm like, where are these coming from? Finally figured out. Yeah, there was a hornet's nest inside of this skull, and it had just been sitting inside of the studio for weeks. So ran it outside, threw it outside.
Dude, I just gotta say, that reminds me of when we lifted up when I was moving out.
Oh, geez.
Remember that?
Yeah, there was like a garden type bucket. I don't know what you call that. A planter.
It was like a barrel.
Yeah, a barrel, and it was upside down, and I went to lift something else, and it flipped it over, and that nest in there was it was like perfectly round, big. It was horrifying, and then all of a sudden there's hornets everywhere.
And I had to yell at Victor, and I was like, get inside! Get inside right now!
I mean, thankfully you had a back door, because it was right at your front door, and we were trying to move your stuff out of the house. And so I had to go like out back, get around to my truck, go to, I don't know, Lowe's or something and get some hornet killer. And then I had to just peek out your door and spray him down, pop back in. Yeah,
Yeah, that was crazy.
Worked out eventually. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of hornets.
Me either.
Yeah. So
They're terrible.
That skull, I think, like, we ended up leaving it outside during the winter. It might even still be out there.
Is it really?
But I was going to go out during the winter and try to clean the nest out of it. But I don't know if I ever did. It might have gotten just thrown away.
Well, I mean, if you still have, like, the spray, you can always bring it.
I think we do.
But they're probably all, like, done now. Since it's winter, or they're all hibernating or whatever.
Yeah, but it's going to get warm next week. Supposed to get up into the high 50s.
Well, you got to figure it out then,
So
bud.
they're going to come back to life, and then I'll pick the skull up.
Gee, dang it.
And they'll be just swarming and attacking me, and that'd be a terrible day at work to just get attacked by hornets. Jeez. So, yeah. It's not a skull. That's not the surprise. It's something else. Something I think is better than a...
Is it Foreigner?
Well, your birthday is on the same day as the Foreigner concert.
It is. That's...
So I think we'll go to that, because we might as well. But no, it's not that. It's something else. Secret.
Oh.
Peaches knows.
Peaches knows?
And Jade knows.
And Jade knows. Oh. I will get it out of one of them.
No, they're sworn to secrecy.
I will get it out of one of them.
They're sworn to secrecy. I've been trying not to tell too many people because I don't want, the surprise ruined. But I think it'll be pretty cool. I think it'll be pretty cool item. So...
An item. Oh, so it's an item. Okay.
Technically, yeah. It's an item.
And it's not a skull.
And it's not a skull. No.
Is it a ring?
It's not a ring. Sorry to disappoint you.
No. Is it? Because, I like to wear rings all the time.
Yes.
But an item. Man, I don't know. I guess I'm just going to have to
I'm not going to give you any hints. You're just going to have to wait.
Just give me a little. Just give me a little bit.
You're going to have to just wait. Well, we're going to hang out and try to find some crap to talk with you listeners about. We're going to get digging. And we'll see what we can find. It's been a very slow news day because it's all like political garbage. That's my whole Facebook and Reddit feed. Like, who gives a crap about the State of the Union address? Can you imagine sitting through that? Did anybody really sit and listen to 2 hours of the president speaking? That's just too long. There's so many good shows you could watch. I cannot imagine sitting through 2 hours of a politician babbling on. And that's my entire feed. It's ridiculous.
It's because you love it.
I don't love it. Actually, I probably shouldn't, comment on those kind of articles because then they just keep coming. Last night, I commented on an article about our current governor seeking re-election, and everyone's in there complaining, because people are, a bit dissatisfied with our Idaho politicians as of late. And I'm like, all this complaining and whining, you guys know you'll vote for him again if he gets the Republican nomination, if he's the candidate. So shut up with your whining unless you're actually not going to vote for him. Because people are just hypocrites. Hypocrites, and it makes me crazy. All right, I should settle down.
Actually, a lot of people are hypocrites.
A lot of hypocrites and idiots out there.
Yeah.
Been dealing with idiots lately. About sick of it.
Yeah, and hopefully we're almost done with one of them.
I think so.
That's all I'm going to say.
Officially about done? I think officially about done dealing with one aggravation. Anyway, we'll be back with some other stuff in just a minute. All right, Peaches just popped in the studio and was like, you guys got to hear this song. That was her last sight. Danny called me a cowboy king. So, not too bad. Not too bad. Lots of new music dropping, which is always good.
Wait, you're a cowboy king?
I am a cowboy king.
Are you sure?
I am.
Just because we went to Ian Munsick?
And Ian Munsick and all that Red Dead I play. And I felt like...
That's true.
I felt like when we were at Teton House, like I was in a Red Dead restaurant.
You did. You did say that. You were like...
This feels like an old saloon.
Yeah. And I was like, I love this place.
Yeah, it was really good. So, we were looking for weird stories and crap to talk about, and you found somebody did a prank. This was a contractor who I guess was upset at the people that they were dealing with, so they decided to mess with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It's so funny. So, like, it's called, like, the locked phone revenge. And it's, like, they didn't like the people.
Which is understandable, because they're people.
It was a contractor.
Yeah.
And he hid the phone in the wall and would play scary noises. And so they had to deal with it for months before they found it.
Yeah, you said it was an old Nokia phone?
Yeah.
One of those ones that would stay charged for like 1,000,000 years?
Yeah.
Unlike the new phones?
So it just kept going off every Friday night.
That's a good prank to play on somebody. I should have done something like that when I fixed a few walls. I would assume you've had a situation where you or somebody else put a hole in a wall.
Yeah. You should see my bar. We have a hole in our door and everything.
Well, I've had a number of times over the years where a hole ended up in a wall and I had to fix it. And I always make them into a time capsule and just fill them up with a bunch of random crap.
Okay. I swear if it ever happens to me again, I'm going to drive you nuts. Because I'm going to do something like that to you.
That would...
Just like our haunted clock.
That haunted clock is... I tried monkeying with it to see if there was a way to fix it. No, it's just haunted. It just... Dong! It just does it however many times it feels like.
But I told you that we're going to fix it and make it sound like Stranger Things.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Could make it have that kind of a sound.
Yeah. And I think that would be super cool. And I told Emery that. And Emery was like, no. And I was like...
Vecna's coming.
Yeah, I was like, too bad. It's going to happen.
Yeah, my house in Burley, we put all kinds of stuff in the wall when we fixed it. I put a cassette player and a bunch of tapes of our band, like jamming in the kitchen, and I think we put a crutch in the wall, like from somebody who had a broken leg or something.
Just weird stuff.
Yeah, just packed it to the brim with all kinds of weird stuff. And who knows when, but one of these days, I think every place I've lived in as an adult has a time capsule in the wall. Because, one of my friends would,
Well, now we need a time capsule in the wall.
No, then we got to fix the wall.
Hey.
You have to have a broken wall to make a time capsule.
Well, maybe I'll do it at the alibi then. In the door.
Do it. I mean, we have enough housework to do to not have to fix a hole in the wall. That's the last thing I need. I got that mountain of laundry I was staring at this morning like, oh, geez.
We could just grab like a sledgehammer and just boom.
I've got a good hammer.
And then
put a hole in the wall, no problem. So yeah, anybody out there, you should always make a time capsule. It's fun, and you can put some weird stuff in there so that people go, what's going on here? When for some reason, because it could be 30 years till somebody happens to, for some reason, open up that wall.
Or maybe 100 if we're still alive in 100 years, because of how our government is.
Well, it could be asteroids, Yellowstone blowing up. There's a lot of things that could wipe out humanity.
I mean, you've watched Fallout.
I have.
It could happen.
It's definitely frightening, and I've been listening to this podcast about the guys who were in charge of all of our nuclear weapons in like the 40s and the 50s. We're lucky that the world is still here, pretty much. These guys wanted to just drop nukes everywhere. They were just all about it. They loved them.
Well, I'm pretty sure that they did by the INL or something like that.
Well, and they're talking about starting nuclear testing again. It's like, we know they work.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah.
Do we need to set them? We know they work. All right. And when they start doing that kinds of stuff, have you ever heard the story of I think it was in the U.S. There was a guy who was in charge of, counter strikes if ever, like Russia or somebody was shooting missiles at us. and the system malfunctioned. I don't remember exactly what happened, but it appeared that there were missiles coming toward us, and this guy could have made the decision to fire back, and basically it probably would have kicked off World War III and wiped out most of humanity. But he decided to be a little bit patient, and he didn't do it. And it turned out it was just an error, a stupid computer error or something that could have wiped out humanity.
Okay. So he was trying to, but it just didn't work.
No, he decided not to for some reason. I'd have to pull this story up, but there are so many times that we could have just been wiped out because of, crazy people and nuclear bombs.
Yeah, well, I mean, we got to start finishing Fallout.
We do need to finish Fallout. Yeah. And I swear, if anything happens that prevents me from being able to play Grand Theft Auto 6 in November, some type of major world chaos,
dude,
I'd be furious.
We got to play Grand Theft Auto 6. Is it 6?
Yeah. Dropping in November. We need to finish or start again God of War, Ragnarok.
Yes, we do, because we keep falling asleep.
And then Resident Evil 9 comes out on Friday. And I love the Resident Evil games.
I never really played those ones.
Oh, you should play them. You're easily scared.
I am. And if it's on a VR, I'm going to be like,
Even on the flat TV, Resident Evil 7 is still scary.
Well, I used to play scary video games all the time. Like the zombie games and everything like that. But Resident Evil, I haven't played yet.
Okay.
So.
Well, you got it. We might have to fire up Resident Evil 7 so you can try it. You don't have to try it in VR right out of the gate. But I think even just playing it's pretty creepy. Well,
I've always wanted to, so.
Well, maybe that's something we can do later today. All right, Jade, I'm leaving.
That's our goal.
I'm going home to play Resident Evil. I've had it with being at work. I want to go play scary video games. I bought Resident Evil 4 VR, and I never even played it. I don't even know why.
You haven't even played it?
No, I haven't. We could plug the VR in and just go.
Maybe we'll do that for lunch.
Hey, that could be fun. I mean,
we could try for a second, see how it goes.
Yeah. Are the controllers charging properly?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Or the kids. The kids.
Dude, the charging station for the PSVR 2 is not very user-friendly. You have to put the controllers on just perfectly, or they don't charge. So they're probably dead. Sorry, I had a hiccup. Anyhow, we'll see what else we can dig up for more of this. This is ridiculous.
Yes,
why do I have hiccups for the rest of this program? We'll be back. All right. Somehow, some way survived the show today. It's been a rough one. I'm very sleepy.
Yeah. Well, we had a few days.
Few days of mayhem.
Yep.
Mayhem and stress, and today's going to be a nice, relaxing day in about 5 hours.
In about 5 hours.
In about 5 hours when I can get out of here. I don't know. I didn't see Jade today, so I wonder if anyone would notice if I just disappeared.
I'm sure Jade would notice.
Probably.
He's probably looking at the cameras.
Yeah, he's always listening, always watching. Or Peaches would snitch on me.
Oh,
Victor went to lunch and never came back. No, I swear I was working in my office with the door closed. Yeah.
Sleeping.
If I hadn't drank so much caffeine this morning, I probably would be able to just... But I had to get going somehow, so... Energy drinks it is, Gotta do what you gotta do. I was in too big of a rush to do an instant coffee shooter this morning, so.
You did one yesterday.
Yeah, I generally do.
Dude, that was a lot of coffee that you put in there.
That's how I do it. 3, of the big spoon. You get the big spoon out of the drawer and 3 big scoops. The package says to use 1 level teaspoon. What kind of nothing caffeine is that? That isn't going to do anything.
Yeah, for you, probably not.
No.
Obviously.
I probably need to take like a week off of caffeine. But the last time I tried to do that, it was bad. Caffeine withdrawal is a real deal. And it's rough. It's brutal. Like day 3, trying to come in here and do the morning show. It's like, this sucks. I'm drinking coffee. I don't care if it destroys my guts. Fine. Whatever.
Oh, I would be in the bathroom for like a half hour.
Well, I really appreciate you coming by and hanging out with me. I was lonely. Today and tired, and I needed the company. So.
Well, I'm glad I showed up too. I wanted to hang out with you.
Well, I'm glad you did, since I was missing you, and now I just got to wait 5 hours. But then, yeah, maybe we can find something good to watch tonight. More Fallout or a movie or, I don't know. There's so much good entertainment out. You like sad movies, right? Yeah, I know you do.
I'm sorry.
Maybe we should watch, watch The Long Walk.
I wake up in the middle of the night and watch sad movies. I don't know why I do, but I do, and then I just cry the whole time, and Victor's just sleeping right next to me.
I'll wake up and you're just crying, and I'm like, what's wrong? You're regretting your decisions?
Yeah.
You don't want to be here?
They're good movies. They're good movies, though.
What happened to my life? Look where I am. Just crying all night.
Yeah, that's me.
Well, we'll find something good to watch, and Peaches and I will come back, do the noon hour in a while, everybody. The noon hour of madness and mayhem. And I didn't remember doing some of the work in the system that it appears that I did yesterday. I think I was pretty distracted yesterday. There was a lot going on. So I'm like, I did get my job done. Very nice.
How much?
I got new well, everybody, you have a great rest of your morning. Be back in a while, and we'll survive this day somehow. I got new Ice 9 kills, and thank you again, Becca, for coming to hang out.
You're welcome.
Thank you again for tuning in to the Viktor Wilt Show. This program is a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.